This is Broly Kakarot! I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, Vegeta, and the Prince of all Saiyans. You're watching the Alexander Show. Subscribe and view. I'm Goku. Alright, people. Today is officially Thursday. I'm in a Dragon Ball Z happy type of mood today. And today I wanted to do my new part 2 series. For those, there go the t-shirt, to show proof that I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. Because I see a lot of people make YouTube videos on a consistent daily basis. And they all claim they're real Dragon Ball Z fans. And they are. But this video is not about that. This is going to be called Sex Game, Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball Super. So what's better, part 1? And yes, this video is for women and for men. This video is for anyone that likes comic books, video games, anime, computer video games, people who like television and film. This video is for you. And basically, we're going to talk about... Excuse me, had breakfast earlier. Basically, what we're going to talk about in this YouTube video is some of the best moments of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, how both animes are similar and how they're both different. So we're going to be talking about how Dragon Ball Z came about. Now, Dragon Ball Z was the second chapter to Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball went for 4 seasons. That was about all original characters. Dragon Ball was 100% martial arts and comedy with the elements of good versus evil. You know, it was about finding 7 Dragon Balls, making a wish, and martial arts just happened to be a big part of Dragon Ball. Comedy was the big part of Dragon Ball. The main characters, if you looked at Dragon Ball, was Master Roshi, you know, Grandpapa Gohan. Then you could argue Goku, Krillin, Tien-Han, Chaozu. And then your villains was the Red Ribbon Army, General Tao, Demon King Piccolo. But Dragon Ball Z was the next generation. Now, what makes Dragon Ball Z the best fighting anime is that in the late 80s, early 90s, it had an epiphanical run that most animes never can compare to. Like, this show had anywhere from, like, if you're looking at it in Japan, it had anywhere from 500 to, like, 1,000 episodes, where here in the US, it was cut down to, like, almost 300 episodes. Either case, that's a lot of episodes for an anime, you know, and it was on the same level as popularity as the NBA, the NFL, and it did rival a certain television show in its popularity in the 1990s, the Power Rangers. Oh yeah. I am going to make a video about that. If this is very successful, I'm going to make a video called Sex Game, Who is the Best Power Ranger? Oh yeah, I'm going to get into the Power Rangers because I'm a huge Power Ranger fan too. But I want to see how well and how critical received this video gets. See, Dragon Ball Z is known for good versus evil conflict, right? Good conflict, bad conflict, good versus evil, right versus wrong. You got philosophies and principles embodied in the whole entire series of Dragon Ball Z. You know, I don't want to give away too much of the story for those that have never seen it, but it starts off with a Saiyan that leaves planet Vegeta, comes to Earth, and Goku's the main character. He's got a kid, he's married, and he has his friends, and they still every now and then search for the Dragon Balls. But now they added some powerful elements to it. Dragon Ball Z to me is like an anime and a soundtrack come to life. Every character has a motivation and a purpose. Like, what defies Goku? Him being the hero. Him saving the day. Him helping his friends and family. Him being that wholesome good guy that no matter when something bad happens, he always comes and saves the day no matter what. You know, if he has to sacrifice, Goku will sacrifice. which you see multiple times in the animated series. And then there's Vegeta, you hear his theme song. Every character, from the heroes to the villains, all had songs that gave you the true definition of their character. When Frieza showed up as the most badass villain of Dragon Ball Z, one of the things they did is they had a piano. Like, you could describe Frieza to somebody like Freddy Krueger, because he's your living nightmare for real. I mean, this villain was sinister in a way that most villains are. I mean, Frieza had motivation. It was to become immortal. It was to take over the galaxy. And his theme song collaborate that he was the terror in the universe. And Goku was that hero, that person that was going to come along and fulfill that need of a transformation of a Super Saiyan. When Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan, the transformation of a Super Saiyan was the big deal. We had never seen a transformation like that in anime before. His hair turned golden, his eyes turned green, blue, he had the yellow light, golden, fiery force field, and the transformation was so badass and epic. We never seen nothing like that before. And for him to fight Frieza was the most interesting fight ever. Then when we had Cell's theme songs were incredible, because every time he transformed to a new level of speed, strength, and power, he had a new theme song. And when he reached his final theme song, what made Frieza and Cell the most badass villains in Dragon Ball Z history is that they were using a piano with no words and had this hard instrumental beat. And you knew trouble was coming when you heard Frieza's theme song. When you heard Cell, you knew trouble was coming. Same thing with Majin Buu when he transformed back into Kid Buu. You know danger's coming when you hear that theme song. So all the villains had motivations for why they were doing what they were doing. And that was the best part of Dragon Ball Z. The heroes also had theme songs that defied their motivation. Piccolo's was Warrior's Redemption. If you looked at Dragon Ball Z, when he fused with Nail, when he fused with Kami, those were times pivotal in Dragon Ball Z where Piccolo might have not been the strongest, he might have not been the most powerful, but he was the most fearless and most brave character, because you made a connection with the character of Piccolo. You could feel the emotion from that character. And as the creator says, Piccolo's character took a life of its own. People who connect to Piccolo forever, because some of Piccolo's makeup is in us. The idea that you want to do better and better and better, you want to strive for excellence, you always hope that you will get better. Piccolo was the scientific fighter. Whenever Goku or Vegeta or Gohan were missing, Piccolo was the main character a lot of the times. Whether Piccolo asked for that responsibility or not, he took it on like a warrior. Of course, there's Tien Han, who was good with skill and technique, and he was the strongest character from Dragon Ball transitioning into Dragon Ball Z. And even though he was not on the same level as Goku and Vegeta, what I've always liked about Tien Han is that he was noble. He didn't care if you were bigger, stronger, or faster than him. He would fight no matter what. When he took on Nappa, that was a prime example of, you may be bigger, you may be stronger, you may be powerful, but I'm not scared of you. When he took on Cell in the Cell Juniors, when he fought Cell in his second form to save the androids, when he fought Majin Buu, his character has a good evolution. And he's the true representation, if you work hard enough, despite somebody being bigger than you, stronger than you, and faster than you in every category, you still can compete at a high competitive level. So that's what Tien represents. Vegeta is the Prince of all Saiyans. Because he's the Prince of all Saiyans, he doesn't just get one theme song, he gets two theme songs. When he first transforms into a Super Saiyan, that is his theme song. Then the original, where he always has this motivational speech before every great fight. And when you look at Vegeta, you could just imagine in professional sports right now, in basketball, football, baseball, hockey, mixed martial arts, boxing, you could see somebody give out a motivational speech. And Vegeta was that character that before you got into a battle with the Prince of all Saiyans, whether he went to Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan Blue, Ascended Super Saiyan Blue, he would always give you some type of motivational speech before you knew the fight is on. And people connect to Vegeta's character because he had more to prove. Out of all the characters in the series, Vegeta has the most motivation. Nothing in life came easy to Vegeta. Everything he had to work his butt off for. And a lot of us make a powerful connection to the character of Vegeta because a lot of us feel like that 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. A lot of us feel like that. A lot of us feel like we have to work for everything we get. You want a house? It ain't for free. You got to work for it. You want a car? You got to work for it. It ain't for free. You want to get into the best athletic shape? You got to work your butt off. You want to be the best YouTuber? There's an old saying, there's no nights off. There's no breaks. There's no days off. It's work day in and day out. There's no days off. That's what some people believe here on YouTube. There's no days off. You want to be the best of the best? You want to be the top dog? It's like what Bret Hart, the professional wrestler, said. Bret Hart said, if you want to be the top dog in the top sport, no days off. You're going to have to work day in and day out. Nothing in life comes easy. And Vegeta is a prime example of that. So people always felt that Vegeta was a more relatable character than Goku. And we can go back and forth between whose motivation's better, Goku or Vegeta. On the other hand, we have Gohan, a character that we all can agree on that a lot of ways, a lot of us are Gohan. We're quiet, we're shy, we're reserved. A lot of times we wait until the right opportunity presents itself. And his character, you could feel the emotion from Gohan. Like, we all could relate to that struggle of you're not good enough to be on the same level as everybody else. When I used to play pickup basketball, I was told I was good, but I wasn't great. When I did YouTube videos, I was told I was good, I wasn't great. When I was starting to do amateur bodybuilding and weightlifting back in my younger days, in my early 20s, I was told I was good, not great. And you fast forward 15 years later, I've proven all naysayers, all skeptics, and non-believers wrong. When Gohan transformed into a Super Saiyan and then transformed into a Super Saiyan 2, it was the most badass moment in Dragon Ball Z history. All of us was happy to see Gohan finally get his moment in the spotlight. You know, you hear the narrator come on and say, for years and years, the power was inside of Gohan. Translation, the power was inside of all of us, but in an instant it would disappear. Finally, the ultimate sleeper has awakened. You know, Gohan taking on Cell in his perfect form. And the fact that he got to be the character to beat the main villain was very essential to the story. Everyone got to fight Cell, but in the end, Gohan was the hero. And some of us feel like that. When you played basketball in high school or in college, and your best friend gives you the basketball, and it's like 20 or 30 seconds left on the clock, you got two choices. Hit a three-pointer, get fouled and get put up on the free throw line, or call for timeout, waiting for instructions. And if you hit the game-winning shot, and you won the basketball game, you felt like a hero. You felt what Gohan felt, a sense of accomplishment. I finally measure up to the bar of Goku and Vegeta. Then we have Future Trunks, A person that is the only anime character to have a badass leather jacket, a badass haircut, and a samurai sword, and time travel from the future into the past. Now, the introduction of Future Trunks was so badass because we had never seen a Super Saiyan that was from the future with a time machine. To go from 20 years in the future to 20 years in the past to warn you of future events was essential to the Dragon Ball Z story. And the transformations of a Super Saiyan, every Super Saiyan transformation from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2, to Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, every transformation has a purpose. When Goku first transformed into a Super Saiyan, that was for Goku to reach his ascension. Super Saiyan 2 was to clearly defy. Not only that he got more stronger, he got more powerful as a result of it. And Super Saiyan 3, as Goku stated, this is my base form. This is someone who has ascended. Or you can just call this Super Saiyan. This is someone who's past ascended. Or you can just call this Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 3 was the most badass transformation in all of Dragon Ball Z history for a very long time. Now, some people like the transformation of Super Saiyan God, and some people hate the transformation. Goku's too skinny, he looks younger, he looks like a little kid, he has the power and the strength. And you get the feeling that with this transformation, it's not about anger or rage, it's about being in a calm and focus. Then Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue, and Super Saiyan Blue was a more powerful transformation. It was like a more complete transformation of the Super Saiyan God transformation. And then, of course, he stacked Kaioken times 10 and Kaioken times 20 onto those transformations. Ultra Instinct is kind of like what is referred to the philosophy and the principle of Bruce Lee. When I contract, I expand. When I expand, I can attract. When there's an opportunity, I don't hit. It hits all by itself. So this power called heat, aka Ultra Instinct, is a power you don't command. It's a power that comes from within inside yourself. It's like it comes into the response of what Goku said about the transformation of a Super Saiyan. So you see the similarities between the first transformation of a Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct. They both have that same that same philosophy. When Goku tells Gohan, you can't desire being a Super Saiyan, the power comes in the need of a response, not a desire. Well, Ultra Instinct works the same exact way. Now that I explained Dragon Ball Z, let me explain Dragon Ball Super. See, Dragon Ball Super is more fit for fighting, and they eventually added music into the series because a lot of people were complaining the first 20 episodes, they wanted some music to defy the characters. Now, let's talk about Dragon Ball Super villains. Let's talk about Goku versus Bills. And what's the difference between Battle of Gods and Dragon Ball Super's fight depiction? When Bills fights Goku in Battle of Gods, it's a life or death situation. It's you fight, you win. You lose everything. With the series, Goku was able to find a way to transform twice and replenish that power. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, the movie, is what gave Dragon Ball Z its resurgence. Super was a nice way of saying there's a whole nother universe of characters that we don't know nothing about. Now let's get to when they fight Zamasu, Goku Black. To me, this was like the most best villain of Dragon Ball Super because he was unpredictable. He did things that would remind you of the villains of Dragon Ball Z. A lot of the stuff Goku Black did was like 50% Frieza and 50% Cell. It's like if he existed in Dragon Ball Z, he probably would outdo Frieza, Cell, and Majin Buu, and the only villain in Dragon Ball Z that probably could take him on would probably be someone of that level of power. He would beat Frieza with no problem. Cell, he would easily beat. Majin Buu, he would beat effortlessly. So he would beat all the villains in Dragon Ball Z. And to me, he was the best villain in Dragon Ball Super. Now, when we get to the power of tournament, I have a lot of stuff about the power of tournament I like, and there's a lot of stuff from the power of tournament that I have questions about. One of the best points of power of tournament was it brought us back to the moment of Dragon Ball Z. They did have martial art tournaments in these stories. And the fact that the music was good, but fans want the music that they heard in Dragon Ball Z. Like, for Goku Black's motivation, it was obvious. It was the same motivation Thanos had in the Avenger films. That basically was Goku Black's motivation. So every character is clearly defined. You've got Hit. Hit is a character that is similar to Piccolo. You know, he strives to be the best. So you see the similarities between Piccolo and Hit. You look at somebody like Kel and Khalifa. Clearly, they're representations of what if Goku and Vegeta were female Super Saiyans. So you could see there are similarities between these characters. There's Cobbett, there's Frost, there's Jiren, there's Topo, there's Disbo, there's all these other characters. So this is only part one of Sex Game Dragon Ball Z versus Dragon Ball Super, what is better, part 1. Part 2, I will break down what battles were better. The battles in Dragon Ball Z or the battles in Dragon Ball Super. Because I know some of y'all right off the back are going to straight out say Dragon Ball Z is flat out better than Super, and it probably is by maybe 5 or 6 points, but you just can't end it in one video. Sometimes you may have to go as far as to make a part 2. And if both these videos are very successful, I'll probably make some future videos called What If Dragon Ball Z. I already have an idea. What if Goku Black fought Goku in Dragon Ball Z and not in Super? Everyone's made videos about it, but you've never heard my take or my perspective on it. So this is only part 1 in my series. Until next time, peace.